Hello, my name is Teemu, and today I'm going to show you how you can increase your order backlogs by 64% and get at least 10 new deals and hit your growth target before the summer of 2026 without having 60 to 75% of your revenue depend on someone else's purchasing decisions. And I'm going to walk you through this document that I created to show you how you can do it. And this document is specifically made for manufacturing companies in metal, machinery, or electronics doing 3 million to 25 millions a year. If you're outside of that range, feel free to stay, but some things might not be relevant or go over your head. The goal of this presentation is to show you how to build a scalable outbound customer acquisition engine for your manufacturing company, especially during the critical periods from late Q3 to late Q2. In 2025 alone, 14 manufacturing companies have used this process to generate over 3 million in their pipeline and land over 200 RFQs and close 2 million in new business while reducing dependency on few large customers and improving overall equipment efficiency. And who this is for? If you're a CEO, owner, sales director, marketing director, business developer of a manufacturing company that works in metal, machinery, or electronics and doing 3 to 25 million a year, then stick around. If you're able to operate in English, French, or Finnish language, this is for you. And this is because our team speaks these languages. If a couple of bigger customers bring more than 6% of your annual revenue, stick around because we're here to help you. If most of your revenue comes from mouth-to-mouth referrals or from unpredictable inbound, then you're in the right place. If your goal is to enter the German or other foreigner export markets, but you think it's almost impossible, stick around. If you have tried outbound sales, but you have failed because you didn't have a goal to crack it due to your comfortable and extremely unpredictable inbound lead flow, then stick around. If you have a good product or service, but you can't sell it to cold audience, and you don't know how to stand out from the crowd, then stick around. If you know you have growth potential, but you don't know how to realize it, stay with me. If you're dealing with unstable order backlogs, low profit margins, or struggling to improve your overall equipment efficiency, this is for you. If you're stressed about your equipment efficiency being downshifting and you want to boost it, this is absolutely for you. If you're thinking about starting an outbound sales but you don't know how to do it, stay here with me. And if you're starting to accept that manufacturing sector buying and selling paths are changing and traditional word-of-mouth referrals or cold calls are no longer enough, this is for you. And most importantly and lastly, if a company that you own or you work for is generating 3 million to 25 million a year and you want to grow your business or stabilize your order backlogs, then make sure to stick around. Right. The truth that no one wants to accept is after spending a total of 12 years inside manufacturing companies, not as marketers, but on the floor, in the trenches, so to say, and after tens of customer, prospect, competitor interviews for ourselves, our bosses, for our clients, it's very clear that most of the manufacturing companies are stuck in the same loop of stress. From year to year. Nothing seems to change, to be honest, and it's like it can get pretty tiring that there is just like you're doing these things and nothing changes. Whether it's constantly declining profit margins, because we've seen that on the market for a long time now, revenue dries up from Q3 to Q2 due to the seasonal fluctuations. You can't grow or invest because you don't know what is coming up next month. Being dependent on few customers, that brings 60 to 80% of your annual revenue. Too much idle capacity, your machines are ready, but your backlog isn't. Long sales cycles with little predictability. Your pipeline dries up faster than it fills. Low-cost importers and global competitors taking your place to supply opportunities. Expensive trade shows that cost 30 to 150,000 per year and rarely brings real ROI. A fear of losing 60 to 75% of your revenue when a major customer leaves you just because your competitor reached out and with irresistible personalized offer. I don't know if you have seen this, but when it happens, I can tell you it's not fun. Continuous price competition, which means without visibility, customers will choose the cheapest. To make you feel better, you're not alone. In fact, over 90% of manufacturing companies will still rely only on inbound and hope things just work out. But the data is clear. They almost always have one thing in common: no working outbound system that brings predictable order backlogs and lets you live with stress constantly just due to comfortable and extremely inbound lead flow and burned in-house outbound attempts that rarely lead to nowhere. That's the real reason why your pipeline is dry, your backlog is shaky, and why you can't plan your next investment. Right now, most manufacturing companies are fighting uphill battles, multiple fronts. Asian markets, for example, China and Indonesia, they're slowing down with weaker economies and their slower decision cycles. But like US, import policies, tariffs, trade tensions are back on the table. And in Central Europe, as we can see, high energy prices, low production capacity. And finally, Germany, the engine of the Europe, they are coughing hard. So it's not a good place for a market right now. But what you can do, you can change how you work, you can change what you do, and fight your way through it. On top of that, order backlogs are shrinking, price pressure is rising, seasonal demand is unpredictable, and low-cost suppliers keep flooding in the market. The worst part, visibility is low. You don't see the next RFQ coming until it's too late. Like any other industries, most of the manufacturing companies, they have a growth target every year. And like with all the companies, everybody wants to grow. But did you know that alone in Germany, 2024, over 62% of the manufacturing companies between 3 million and 25 million, they missed their growth targets. And only 61% of those think that they won't hit their goals in 2025 or 2026 either. And the true harsh reality is that 70% from those companies that didn't hit their growth targets, they did not have any effective outbound mechanism in place. Sometimes it feels like they are destined to fail if there is no outbound. Think about it. If there's 200 companies offering the same parts with same tolerances, same ISO certifications, and roughly the same pricing, why would anyone choose you? Think about it, like for a second. You might be faster, you might be more flexible, you might even have better machinery, but if none of that is communicated clearly, proactively, and the right time, all of that advantage is invisible. Because if nobody knows about you, they can't buy from you. If they don't know you exist, if they don't see you, they don't hear you. You see where I'm getting at? And with manufacturing companies, the case is usually this, like what prospects really see of your iceberg that represents your company. The little thing above the surface is just like your homepage, your logo, your tagline, maybe a few photos from the factory, and this is how we work. We have been in the business since 1960s. But so does everyone else. What is the like aha moment with the customer that they get when they come to your page? Because they can go through 200 pages and everybody looks the same. And what you should do when you come across this this kind of moment that, okay, how I can stand out, what there should be in the web page instead. But what is your offer? What is your value? Your overall solution for their pain points, their desires, their desired outcomes. Like, you have to communicate why you understand them better than the competitor does. Feel me? And this is like so much more, but it's always under the surface. And customers driving their boats, they can't see it. They're just, okay, I'm just gonna avoid that little iceberg that I can see in top of the surface, even though the perfect solution is under the water. If your only strategy is to hope that buyer somehow finds out, you're already behind. Because let's be honest, like I said, your trusted partner since 1979, occasional trade shows where you drown in the crowd, a newsletter about yourself, about your company. We had a great Christmas party with our company, and we're very thankful for every partner that we have. It's important, but does it attract new leads? People in your newsletter, they're most likely your customers. But a few cold calls here and there. It's not a strategy. It's a hope in disguise. In 2025, those methods are slow, unpredictable, and don't make buyers be willing to buy from you as you don't stand out. But totally understandable. And why you're still relying on those methods? The industry itself has created the kind of curse of modern sales does not work here. Like, for example, this picture. The things that worked 5 years ago, like 2020. Remember? Then there was this like great pandemic, even saying it is a curse word, but we don't live in the same kind of world anymore. You have to change like the world changes. You have to stay in the boat. You have to stay in the train that moves forward if you want to succeed. High-performing challenge channels 5 years ago was referrals, was trade shows. But today, it needs to be personalized emails, professionally optimized LinkedIn profiles, outbound optimized landing pages, video sales letters, offers. Like, you have to change your strategy. You really do. Because we have moved to the digital age. So you have to be in the digital world because everybody is constantly with their computers. They are watching, they are looking, is there options in the market? But if you don't have a presence, they won't know that you're there. And maybe you have tried some of this already. Maybe your team tested cold email or LinkedIn outreach, maybe even ads. But you get no real leads. Burned one domain, annoyed few prospects, and walked away thinking, yeah, this stuff, it doesn't work in our industry. We know better. We have done this for 50 years. We know what works, what doesn't. But it wasn't the channels that failed. I hate to break it to you, but it was how it was built. Went down the wrong way. It just confirms false belief that nothing modern works in manufacturing. And humans in general, when there's something new, you want to find a way. You want to look the thing that could be a solution for your problem, that it's new, you are subconsciously trying to defend what you already done, and it works, so I don't have to change. I don't have to learn anything new because what I've done, it already works. So when the channels are built with precise system, just like a production line, it performs. Best part, higher profit margins, predictable and wider order backlogs, steady flow of new deals, customer, and better overall equipment of efficiency are fully accessible. My tongue is getting twisted in my mouth. But only if you approach sales like production, consistently, predictably, and with full visibility. Visibility, it's always visibility. Based on our information and experience, we built a system specifically for manufacturers that are tired of a couple of major customers bringing 60 to 75% of their revenue, sales team using their time on prospecting, seasonal changes, continuous price competition with low profit margins. It has to end somewhere. Then a little bit about our backgrounds. First, there's me as COO and the co-founder of Live Robots. Originally, I'm from Finland. I speak Finnish and English. At the moment in Poland, filming this video. But anyways, I started my journey in 2014, working in manufacturing companies. That was my first real job, and I spent quite a few years with different manufacturing companies and just working on the floor. I really liked it. I did a lot of different kind of jobs while I was there, but only in the production line. After that, I realized that my talent is somewhere else. I wanted to learn sales, went for a couple of places for a few years, then got fixed up with finance and went to the finance company. That was my last 9-to-5 job, and went there, sold over 5 million in 6 months, got promoted, got a chance to develop new products to Finland market, and I made it grow from 0 to 80K a month in just like 6 months, 6 months, yeah. But then I decided I want to do something for myself. I wanted to learn marketing. I wanted to learn more and more about how I can really help people and do something that I liked. So then I came up with this with my co-founder. Then my co-founder, Elmer, also the CEO, speaks English, Finnish, and French. And after he served in Finnish and French military, he found his passion in sales, especially outbound sales. While still in the army, he built a website for B2B companies in France and also did lead generation as a freelancer. After he returned to the civilian life, he was fully focused on solving one of the biggest bottlenecks he had seen. Outbound lead generation is still especially in manufacturing industry. So he spent more than 1 year building automated outbound engine that targets your ICP, runs multi-channel outreach, increases your order backlogs by 64% and gets you at least 10 new deals and helps you to hit your growth target before summer 2026. Then is Otto. He's our mechanical engineering BCS, like he is the studied one guy, and he's the brains when it comes to machinery and manufacturing and problem solving in this niche. He's a great guy. He has started working in manufacturing also in 2014 and driven by his passion for engineering. And if you have a chance to talk with him, you will feel it. He's just like a Wikipedia of machinery. He's very smart. After over a decade working in production and project management and earning a mechanical engineering BS, like bachelor's degree, I focused on lean, ERP, and production systems. He saw one key problem. Most manufacturers still rely on outdated and expensive trade shows to get customers. So I shifted the focus, helping manufacturing companies grow through more technical and structured approach to outbound, because yield improvements are needed outside of the facility too. Since then, I've helped several industrial companies modernize their customer acquisition and secure predictable growth without guessing where the next order will come from. But before we are going to step-by-step process, every company has a starting point and a desired outcome. In here, your current state represents the A and desired outcome B. But to get from starting point to desired outcome to A to B, you can start pushing full steam ahead, or you'll find yourself back in the starting point. You have to have a plan. You need to break down the journey from point A, your current state, to point B in 4 clear stages. There has to be a step-by-step plan how you can achieve it. And in this case, there are 4 steps: foundations, offer, video sales letter, so-called VSL, outbound engine. So let's get into it. And reminder, these steps are built for manufacturing companies doing 3 million to 25 million that want to increase their order backlog by 64% and get at least 10 new deals and hit their growth target before of summer 26. So, step 1, start with the foundations. It's the most important step, because when the foundations are not there, you can't build anything on top of it. It will fall. If there is no clear foundations, nothing will work out. This step covers your ideal customer profile, so ICP, your market research, 2, and 3, your landing page. These are the key factors. The first one, when you are defining your ICP, is according to recent industrial research, the average B2B sales representative spends nearly 21 hours every week prospecting activities, yet only 24% of those efforts result in meaningful conversations. So there probably is a place for a little time audit, how to use your time. In manufacturing specifically, sales team waste approximately 33% of their prospecting time pursuing leads that will never convert. I understand all leads can't convert, but could we increase this percent? Maybe. This inefficiency cost mid-sized manufacturing companies an estimated 300 to 500,000 in annual misallocated resources and lost opportunity costs. Imagine how much revenue you would make if you didn't miss 300 to 500,000 every year. Damn. There's a good picture I took from a HubSpot site. Organizations with strong ideal customer profile, which is similar to buyer persona, achieve 68% higher account win rates. Imagine, just by defining a clear ICP, strong buyer persona. But how to do it? How you can define your ICP properly? How most of you have done it. Surface level demographics only. Define ICP as manufacturing companies with 50 to 200 employees and plus 10 million revenue without considering operational complexity or specific pain points. Industry-wide generalizations lump all manufacturers together. We serve manufacturing instead of recognizing automotive suppliers have different needs than food processors, for example. IT, procurement, and focus targeting focus titles like IT managers while ignoring the actual decision makers like plant managers who understand the operational pain points. Static, set and forget profiles Create an ICP document once and never update it, missing how best customers' profiles evolve or market conditions change. Yeah, it's not enough to just make it once, or you said, yeah, I've made it like 5 years ago. It's good. You remember what we talked about like 50 minutes ago? We're not living in 2020 anymore. We are living in 2025. Anyways, revenue-centric qualification. Prioritize company size and budget over operational fit, chasing large manufacturers that may not have a specific process to their solution solves. How you should do it. Process-specific segmentation. It's a nice word, I know. Define ICP based on specific manufacturing processes and equipment types. Pain point and trigger mapping. Identify specific operational challenges and compliance requirements and make prospect urgently need your solution. Plus, events that trigger buying cycles. Complete stakeholder mapping. Map the entire decision-making unit, including technical evaluators, budget holders, end users, understanding how each role influences buying. Because everybody has their own opinion, their own job, their own task in the buying process. And you have to figure out what it is. Data-driven refinement. Continuously analyze won and lost deals and refine ICP criteria using actual customer data to identify patterns and predict success. Operational context integration include operational indicators like production capacity, recent investments, or facility certifications that signal genuine fit and buying readiness beyond demographics. Once the ICP has been defined correctly, you can move up to do the market research. And this is also a very important phase. This is the most, it's the most important, yeah. Not even the one of the most, this is the most important of any marketing sales activity. It is also the most boring one. Most companies skip this for this exact reason, but it's necessary, it's non-negotiable, you have to do it. And here is a good picture about major benefits about market. Market research, you're getting to know your target audience, avoid uncalled for risks, source of knowledge, meet specific client demands, strategic decision making, anticipate shifts and adapt, foundation for planning, and understand competitive landscape. Yeah. So there are a lot of benefits and you will benefit massively, and it will play a huge part on your success, how well you do this. I'll say it one more time. This will define your success, how well you do this. Let's say your goal is to get 2 more new customers per month and thereby increase your order /sales base, which will stabilize your turnover and bring more profit. Let's start with a simple question that you need to answer for yourself with complete honesty. If there's 200 other companies that will sell the same X service with Y quality assurance system and Z pricing, why would anyone buy from you? I mentioned this earlier as well, but this is a good question. You can pause the video for a moment and really think about it. If you didn't come up with at least 8 to 10 valid reasons why, that's a great thing, because most of the people fool themselves in this part. They don't want to admit that they have basically zero clue how the market has changed during the last 5 years. Ignorance is bliss, right? And that's a harsh fact that no one wants to admit. How to do a market research? It's a great question. It's not enough just to study blogs, industry magazines, Reddit, Bosch Radio. Those are just scratching the surface and not enough. You have to go deeper than the surface. You can use this framework for market research. Interview 7 to 15 of your customers, prospects. So, or your existing customers or the customers you would like to have. Ask everyone the same questions, take notes, analyze the call recordings, fill out the market research sheet, keep iterating market research sheet as you gather more insights. Your goal is to know these 5 things: their current desires and goals, pain points and problems, solutions that they have tried and how well they've worked, terminology that they use to describe their situation, how sophisticated and aware they are about your solution. These things gives you a great picture how this market operates. The questions will change depending on your industry and service or product, but you got the idea. You can use this for market research. Here's a link for a sheet that we've done. We can link it in this site. After completing your ICP defining and market research, you can move to build a landing page. This is not your company presentation or about us page or anything like about our company, who works for us. Like there is like a specific reason why you do this. This is not made for current customers that already trust you. The only mission of this page is to get your ICP converted into qualified meeting or RFQ, and from that to partnership. It needs to go along with the information that you have found while doing your ICP definition and market research. Content inside it, you need to think about your prospect challenges or pain points and desires or goals, so you are more able to sell your service or product for them easiest way possible. This is why the market research is so crucial. For a high converting landing page, you need headline that works as an offer, step 2. We will be in that just a moment. Video sales letter in step 3, just a moment. What do you do? For who have you done it? Why they should talk with you? What if they don't talk with you? Call to action, calendar link, and book a call with you. Simple. This is a proven framework how to build a landing page. Heading, a real offer, VSL, services, referrals, why I should talk with you, what if you don't talk, book a call, FAQ. Very nice. The landing page doesn't need to be flashy or stylish as long as it covers what you have found during your market research. So the information is more important than the visuals itself. You won't lose money if you make it look cool, but most important is the information. It's always the information. But of course, you want and you should use your brand's fonts, colors, for example, and make it build trust, and it's really your page that it's made with same intention with as your original website. The content of landing page is more important than flashy design. When you really know your buyers, you'll stand out immediately, because when you have a great landing page that really speaks to them and they really feel like, okay, this guy really knows what I'm struggling with. He can offer what I need. Market research, it's not paper exercise, it's a way to save time, money, and failed campaigns. Most of your competitors will still rely on trade fairs, testimonials, and old networks. They don't really know what the market wants, and that's why their growth is stuck. So market research is important because it will take time when you do it, but it will save your time so much once it's done. Customer interviews reveal words, hopes, and pains that don't show up in Google Analytics or CRM reports. CRM reports by understanding them before anyone else. You can get inside your customer's mind before your competitor. No market research equals no idea what the market wants, equals funnel doesn't resonate with the market, equals funnel doesn't convert, equals wasted time, energy, and money. And we don't want that, right? When 99% of your competitors have built their landing page into self-promotional procedure, you build a landing page that offers direct solution. Imagine, customer comes, he's like, hey, okay, what is this? I can feel this is the pain point that I have. They can resonate with the page. They can resonate the information. So you're already in their mind, okay, this guy knows. You know what I'm talking about. You know what the customer needs. That's how you get chosen. Easy as that. Step 2, create an irresistible offer. The offer is the heart of outbound customer acquisition, and especially in manufacturing industries, since the products and services are, in most cases, very similar. Everybody has the CNC machines, and most likely every company has more or less same machines. Not always, but you know. In many languages, the word offer easily is misunderstood, and by the offer, I don't mean discounted price or other promotions. By offer, I mean it's a value proposition from your business to a prospect and a way to make your products or services attractive in a wordy way. Most of the offers used in manufacturing are made for current customers that already trust you, or for inbound that comes from referrals. That so-called inbound offer that you are probably using right now doesn't work on outbound, and when you're trying to get new customers that are not familiar with your company. It doesn't give the same value to existing customers and customers like prospects that doesn't know that you exist. Think about this. Again, if there is 37 other companies selling exact X product service in Y time with Z quality, assurance, and pricing, why should anyone buy from you? I'm saying this again and again because I want you to get it. They have to have a reason to choose you. Definitely not because on offer lays on your company's website and goes like, we've been in the business for 35 years and we deliver X products and services to Y countries. I think you understand what I'm trying to say. It's vague, invaluable for anyone that is not familiar with your company. It doesn't work in outbound sales. You need an offer that resonates with your prospect desires and goals, their challenges, their pain points, and screams value, demand, and urgency. So your prospect gets an emotional reaction straight away. But how I can create this irresistible offer? Great question. Let's say you work/own a company that does precision manufacturing. Companies that need your services/products have the same problems. Usually, unreliable security of supply, long and uncertain delivery times, frequent quality issues and reclaims, precision manufacturing costs are too high, and they all have most likely pretty much the same desires and goals. Short and reliable delivery times, lower the precision manufacturing cost, supplier with highly reliable quality assurance, and supplier with close to 100 security of supply. Most likely, these are the things that they desire. Their perfect partner would have all these things. So it's clear you shouldn't use this kind of offer. Your trusted partner in precision manufacturing since 1984. Zero value, zero demand, zero urgency, made by a web developer or ChatGPT, made for all customers that already trust you. It's used on every manufacturing company. Everybody uses it. It's the same. Just look it up. Go 5 different competitors' sites. You can find it. trusted partners since 1940, 1960, 1970, whatever. This is what kind of offer you should use instead. We help X companies to reduce precision manufacturing cost by 32% and get machine parts within 5 days with 98.9 delivery reliability and 2.7% reclaim rate. So you have to know your numbers, but you give the value away. We know our numbers, and we say this is what we can do, and then they can calculate their own numbers and like, our current partners can't hit those numbers. So it makes you stand out, creates a ton of value, creates a ton of demand, answers to all questions, gives 101 reasons for urgency and action. Here's money. Go. Notes. If you search online or check your competitor's website, you'll see the same tired offer everywhere, like I said. But here's the thing. The kind of offer isn't made for outbound. It's made for buyers who already trust you, not for those who had never heard of you. And let's be honest, do you still think it's impossible to win new customers who already have a trusted partner? Not if your offer gives real and measurable value upfront. Not if it speaks directly to their pains and goals. Not if it gives them the reason to stop and pay attention. When others go left, saying the same safe things and hoping trust just magically appears, you go right and you speak to real problems. You offer clear results, and suddenly you are not just another vendor, you are the obvious choice. Imagine. Then, step 3, video sales letter. Creating and recording the video sales letter. You're watching one right now. And why video sales letters crush it in manufacturing? B2B buyers make 70% of their decision before speaking to any vendor. It doesn't matter how expensive the product is, industry they're in, or how senior the buyer is, the pattern is always the same. They do the research first. Most of the corporate VSLs that you find on manufacturing companies' landing pages are about themselves, which means that it doesn't answer the challenges or pain points or doesn't give emotional reaction to the for the prospect. A good VSL sells for you 24/7 by answering your prospect's challenges or pain points, creating interest, building trust, explaining your value proposition step by step, and gives you authority, field, professional image because you are paying attention towards the prospect and not talking about like 99% of the money how manufacturing companies do. So you're already standing out. Without a good VSL, you're just like any other company out there. You lose attention before your offer even lands. You waste time repeating the same pitch manually to every prospect. Your buyer meets your competitors' content before they even heard from you. You rely on phone calls, emails, bad websites, or PDFs that don't explain your value clearly. But then, how long your VSL should be? You don't have to have like this 43 minutes that you're watching right now. It's very good to have 3 to 9 minutes. Long enough to explain the real problem, your solution, and the clear next steps, but short enough to keep the attention. First 30 to 60 seconds are the most important. If it doesn't resonate with your ICP, it won't work. Speak what your ICP wants to hear. This is the part where you leverage the market research. You don't have to use any technical jargon here or internal buzzwords. Focus on the pain. Focus on the goals, desires that your ICP cares about. There's no need for fancy editing movie style production. Raw and clear beats, polished and confusing company presentations, VSLs. Authenticity wins, especially in manufacturing. You can record a simple video like this on Loom or with your phone, but you just need to communicate a clear message and valuable message. And That's also why we chose just to write a Google document, because there's ton of value here. And you are here because you care about the information. You're not here because you want to see a movie. Understand? Benefits of a good VSL. It filters the wrong leads, attracts the right ones, gives you authority, makes you a clear choice, answers every question your prospects might have, eliminates objections before the first call, increases booked meetings or RFQs, it increases your order backlog, builds trust automatically, creates confidence before you even speak, makes you stand out, positions you above the 99% of your competitors, makes you look like a pro, projects scale, clarity and credibility. Save your time. It automates the sales explanation 24/7. Some notes. A good VSL is built entirely around the results of the market research and offer, and it speaks to your ICP challenges or pain points and provides response to their desires or goals. It acts as their 24/7 salesperson or as a company presentation. It's up to you to decide which it does. The completed VSL will be added on a landing page, which was shown in the step 1, like I showed you, just under the offer. The last step, create your outbound engine. Now that we have done the foundation offer and the VSL, it's time to make most out of them. So, as you can see, from A to B, this is the last step. It doesn't matter how good your landing page offer VSL is if no one sees it. It won't work, so there is 2 things you will need to implement to get your company in front of your ICP's eyes. Cold email, LinkedIn engine. First, cold email engine. Cold email is the fastest and the most controllable way to put your message in front of the exact decision makers, managers, product development, your exact decision makers without relying on trade shows, referrals, mouth-to-mouth or cold calls. When it's done right, cold email is a direct route. Production managers, procurement managers, maintenance managers, product development managers, and managing directors in some cases. By cold email, you want the prospect to do this. 8 steps. Prospect receives an email from you. Prospect visits your optimized landing page. Prospect sees your clear and direct offer. Prospect watches your VSL. Prospect reads the content that speaks their challenges, pain points, desires, and goals. Prospect responds to your email with positive message. You get a warm sales opportunity which is ready for sale and qualified through the process. Congratulations, you win. If you don't do this, you're just like everyone else. Missing growth targets, stuck in an unpredictable state of order backlogs and annual revenue. How should you do it? Let's start with everything you shouldn't do. Because first, when you know what not to do, it's easier to implement what to do. Example of bad cold email. Subject, innovative manufacturing partner since 1984. Again, no one cares. Dear Sir, Madam, I hope this message finds you well. We are X Solutions, a trusted provider for high-quality precision machining services with over 40 years of experience. Our advanced machinery and commitment to excellence have made us a preferred partner across industries. Whether you're looking for CNC milling, turning, or prototyping, our team is ready to deliver top-tier solutions tailored to your exact specifications. Please find our digital brochure attached and feel free to visit our website at www.xsolutions.com for more information about our full service offering. We would love to book a meeting to explore how we can support your business goals and build a fruitful partnership. Looking forward to your response. Best regards. I know, like, you heard 2 sentences and then you forgot what I was even saying. Exactly my point. It's too long. There is no offer in outbound. There is no value. It's generic newsletter, contains photos plus links. So it most likely will go to spam. And the list goes on. But what you should do instead. Example of a good cold email. Hi, subject question for Teemu. Hi Teemu, we help companies like yours, we help companies like Similar Company 1 and Similar Company 2 by delivering their XXX parts. We've been able to reduce their costs by 32% and deliver parts within 5 days with 98.9 delivery reliability. I would be happy to custom calculations for target company's name. Would you want them by weekday? Best regards, name, job title. And these are automated parts, so we can automate them with specific companies, with the name of the recipient, the company that you are contacting, and let's say we can say that the automations will provide 2 days from the day you have sent it. So it feels personalized, there's value, no links, no pictures, less than 65 words, clear outbound offer with value, demand, and urgency. That's how you do it, you know. Second one is the LinkedIn engine. It's the best platform to build awareness, credibility, and one-on-one relationships. Combined with cold email, you will get more touch points to customers and make it easier for them to reply and see what you have to offer. When it comes to LinkedIn outreach, you can do this manually, but it will take a lot of resources like time that you don't usually have. So using an outreach tool like HeyReach will automate your connection requests and your messages. This is like a sequence. Send an invite, 5 days, no exception, follows, view profile, end of sequence. Or accept 1 hour, endorse the skill, send a message, another message, third message, end of sequence. Simple. Why LinkedIn? Manufacturing buyers are on LinkedIn, even though they are not posting. How to do it? Build a list and target the list surgically, industry title, company size, no broad nets. When? On work days, Monday to Friday between 8 a.m. and 3 p.m. Because after or before, they are most likely not on their computer. Lead quality, high, because you can handpick who you reach out to. Simple. Step that you just saw are proven by results. One of our customers faced a crisis when their biggest customer customer that brings in 75% of the annual revenue announced that they couldn't continue ordering at the same rate. Hoping for referrals wasn't enough anymore. That led them to turn to us for an outbound solution. We warned them that implementation takes time, but we saw their potential and agreed to help. They went from losing almost 1 million in revenue for 78 RFQs from their ideal customers with 20% closing rate in 90 days. One of our customers is a machinery manufacturing company who we met for the first time in October 2024 at a trade show and started working together in February 2025. He had tried it all: LinkedIn, emails, cold calls, and attended Nordic's biggest trade show in October 2024. And we immediately realized that the fault was not the machinery, but the driver. We built the steps 1 to 4 from the beginning, and they got 15 RFQs and 15 meetings in 63 days, closed 3 deals worth of 340K in under 90 days. Yep. Another customer of ours, CNC subcontracting company, was certain that now is the low season and we won't get any new orders, even though our backlog has capacity to do more. They delivered seasonal market conditions, made new business impossible. That led them to turn to us for outbound solution. We want them. That implementation takes time, but also we saw their potential and agreed to help. They went from having unused production capacity to 14 sales meetings in 6 weeks and secured first orders, including partnership deal with country's leading energy company in under 2 months. The problem was never the company, it was only the execution of the right things and the right way. So, as you can see, all you need to do is you have to define who your exact buyers are. Uncover that the drivers and their decisions are. Uncover what drives their decisions and building landing page that speaks directly to those needs. You create an irresistible offer that your market cannot ignore, value, reliability, and security, and then just stand out. Record an VSL with intention of what you want it to do or for you and embed it on your landing page. You create your own outbound engine system using cold email and LinkedIn. This way you have full control on your pipeline and increase your backlog in a predictable way. Now, there's few ways to achieve this. You can build this in-house like I've shown you, but it will be spray and pray for months and years before you get the desired results with your limited time and resources. Also, in addition, you have to buy necessary tools and tech to run this, which will cost you around 10K, maybe a little more. Another option is to hire different agencies to handle certain steps of the process. However, you will come across another problem because they're working separately, and that alone brings inefficiency if the communication doesn't work. This way, it's still more reasonable than doing it by yourself, but eventually it will cost you a lot. Then you have to pay the same setup fees and monthly retainers to various companies. Only assuming that every company you hire can feel their part of the engine the first time. So you don't have to keep looking at different agencies to make the work for you. Or you can apply to partner with us, who have the experience in sales, marketing, and manufacturing. We will build this for you and manage it with you. This is not done for you service. This is done with you service. We build it for you and we run it with you. This way, you can get new customers, stabilize your order backlogs in a more predictable way, and get out from that unnecessary year-to-year loop of stress. And one more time, this is for manufacturing companies that work in metal, machinery, and electronics and are generating 3 million to 25 million a year and want to grow their companies by stabilizing their order backlogs and getting a predictable flow of new deals. What is going to happen when you work with us? You will achieve higher profit margins. You will have a predictable outbound engine that acquire new deals predictably every month. You get an offer that makes your company stand out instantly, turning you into an obvious choice in a crowded market. Your sales process will be faster and new customers are going to come through the door more frequently. You get an up-to-date market analysis regularly to stay on track what happens in the market and making sure that your solution is always the go-to service in your market. You will have a partner with over 10 years of machinery industry experience and speak your language while we work hands in the dirt with you and move your company to the new era of machinery outbound. You will gain control over your sales pipeline with predictable outbound engine and the ability to scale new customer acquisition based on your production capacity. So, if you want to break free from the loop of stress, unpredictable revenue, stop depending on 1 to 3 major customers, and finally fill your idle capacity without wasting tens of or hundreds of thousands on trade shows where you drown in the crowd, this is how you do it. Most cost and time efficient way without hiring a GTM, team, a generic marketing agency, or waiting another 12 months for your pipeline maybe to fill up. We can do this only a fraction of the time and only fraction of the price of that investment. And not to forget that we can do it with industry specific knowledge and experience. So what you actually get? You get an ideal customer profile build out, 3K. Market research plus customer interviews, 5K. Competitor and role analysis is 3K. Converting landing page, 4K. Officer workshop, 5K. BSL, 3.5K. Cold email infrastructure setup, 2.5K. Cold email campaign, 10K. LinkedIn outreach system, 2.5K. LinkedIn campaigns, 5K. Lead magnet creation, 1.5K. In total of 45K. If all these services above are purchased separately. So when working with us, you don't have to pay the 45K. We will do most of the work for you. We already have the tools and the knowledge how to do it for only fraction of the time and price you would pay normally. And all you need to do is book a discovery call with me. You will have the link under this video to book a call. Do you want results? Because I want results. Do you want results? Let's make results together. But of course, we don't onboard two competing companies from the same country. This is so hands-on and daily collaboration. It's not a passive service. And because of that, we can only support a limited number of partnerships at a time. And if you're considering this, now it's time to act, book a call, and let's work. Thank you so much for watching this. I'll hope you see you soon. Message.